Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. Just coming out of my WW weigh-in. Did she do it? Did she make her goal? No. I didn't really expect to, nor did I, and I technically, I want to say didn't try. Look at my jewelry. I just wanted to show you this. Isn't that pretty? It's from my paparazzi lady. She thought it would look good on me, so I love her. All right, how did I do? I did lose, which for Thanksgiving is amazing. I lost 0.4. So I am down to 157 even. See that? Yep, 1 pound, back to 1 pound. So I'm chipping away at it, folks. I am. We're gonna get there. I did my challenge. And this week, the recipe du jour is roasted green beans with toasted hazelnuts. Now, I made green bean casserole for Thanksgiving, deconstructed green bean casserole, and I did film. That might go up sometime. I'm hoping to get that up today. If not today, definitely tomorrow. Mine is not 2 points. Mine is 0 points. So, yeah. Man, I don't have Parmesan on mine. Grated pecorino, but where do you see mine? It's delicious. And again, you could add a little bit of pecorino to your green beans and not have to count it because you don't really need that much because cheese goes a long way. All right, topic du jour is off track, bounce right back. Are you perfect? Thanks for your honesty. Neither are we. I am not perfect, and I say that all the time. And I don't strive to be perfect. There's my problem. Let's accept that stumbles happen along our journey and focus on how to respond in those moments. Thoughts like, oh, well, I'll deal with it later, or it will all work out. You can make it will all work out. It can make you feel better for a while, but a slip can turn into a slide if you don't respond to those thoughts with a plan for dealing with the challenge. The trick is to notice thoughts and figure out your next steps. Pronto. The next time you find yourself brushing off a setback, use it as a signal to create a plan of action. So, tune in, get specific, and choose one. Tune in, see if you can catch any brush it off thoughts as they bubble up. For example, you might plan to start tracking so you can learn the smart point values of different foods on myWW. But when that doesn't happen, you say to yourself, oops, I guess I'll start tomorrow. I've done that. 2, get specific. Once you notice the thought, ask yourself, what steps could I take to actually get started? Brainstorm a little. In this case, you might set an alert on your phone before lunch to remind you to track, or browse the Wellness Wins rewards to find a great one to get one and then track to get it. Choose one. Pick a solution that feels doable and nail it down what you'll do and when and how you could. Hold on, too high. When I get home, I'll take a picture of what Wellness Wins reward and make the screensaver from my phone to computer. Sounds like the try. The bottom line is we're going to stumble. We're going to have setbacks. Like some people consider, Thanksgiving a setback because we might have eaten more than we overeat. I mean, we might overeat more than we should. See, with my thing with Thanksgiving is, did I eat more than I normally eat? Yes. Did I eat more as much as I used to? No. So I don't consider Thanksgiving a setback for me. I mean, could I have had a bigger loss this week? Sure, I could have. Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, a loss to me is a loss at this point. And I did have a fantastic meal. Planning is definitely a way to keep myself focused, on track, and in check. Because I know what I'm going to have. If I know what I'm going to have, it's easier to stay on plan. So that's what I did for Thanksgiving. I knew what I was going to have. I planned my meal, I planned my sides, I planned my dessert. And I knew that was what I was going to have. So it was easier. I mean, you could say, well, you had that other stuff. Did it bother you that it was there? That's not where you make the right hand turn, sweetie pie. People don't know. Yeah, they shut me off track. I knew what I was going to have, so I knew how many points I needed that day. And I made sure I did the best I could to bank points every day. Did I bank 4 every day? Not all the time. I did bank some. So I definitely went in there with a lot of weeklies. So the only thing on my plate that I had to really count was my dressing / stuffing. My turkey was 0, my cranberry sauce was 0, my veggies were 0, my green beans were 0. I'm not a big sweet potato person. I make the sweet potato mash with the brown sugar butter and pecans. It's delicious. It's not something that I think of when I think of Thanksgiving, because we never really grew up with that, but my boys love it, so I make it for them. So it's not something I crave. Why are we stopped here? Oh my. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, so I definitely made a plan, and I made the pound droppers crustless pumpkin pie, which was awesome. I had a bigger slice than I intended, but it's 0 points. So I justified that by 0 points. So I had a big nice slice with a little fat-free squirt of Ready Whip. So yeah, I count, and we had appetizers in the afternoon of just beautiful shrimp, and I did have some of my stuffing and some mushrooms, which of course I had to count the stuffing. So I did start off with a fabulous breakfast, because I knew if I didn't, I couldn't go all day and be hungry, because that's not how you live. It really isn't. You can't sit there and save all days. You just can't. So I woke up and I had Kodiak cakes, 3 points of pancake bites, muffins, little pancake muffin bites, whatever you call them. I had 3 points of that. So I was definitely satisfied and energy to do my thing. I think it was a busy day. I have slips, I don't get too hard on myself, because it's a journey for me anyway, and I'm trying to make this as real as I can in order for me to continue, because like I said, once you get to the Emerald City of goal weight, things don't magically happen. Like once I get this 1 pound off, there's no magic that happens. There's no little fairy that comes out and says, okay, you've made your goal weight. Now you can just eat whatever you want now. No, it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, I wish it did. I knew that I had to eat the way I'm going to eat. So that's probably why I've been on this journey maybe longer than some other people, because I fit in food. I eat 23 points a day. I make sure I fit in sweets and treats a lot. I mean, do I have as much as I want? No, but I have them because I'm going to have them. And I don't want to be like sidewinded, like finally getting there and all of a sudden, whoops, you didn't take into consideration that you have dessert once in a while. You didn't take into consideration you throw things in your mouth without counting. Because yeah, I still throw things in my mouth that I don't count. I still grab a couple of nuts here and there, and grab a couple of Cheerios. And granted, it's better things than I used to grab. I used to grab chips, Doritos, and cookies. So now it's rice cakes, Cheerios, almonds. So I've definitely had better options in my non-counting things. But, I have to be true to who I am, because that's always going to be me. To sit there and reinvent myself would never ever work. It just wouldn't, because I would surface someday, and then I wouldn't know what to do with it. I would be lost. So I did mine. It's kind of like Johnny Castle in Dirty Dancing. He did his kind of dancing with Baby at the end, because that's who he was, and that's the dancing he liked. And this is me. This is how my life's going to be. And here's the bottom line, and I say this a lot, I'm 53, and I have a good 35 years, God willing, to live. And I want to enjoy those years. I don't want to be sitting there, always crying that I can't eat this, I can't have that. I want to fit it in. I want to find a way to enjoy that. I'm not going to turn down an Amish market donut all the time. I do most of the time, but there's an occasion where I'm not going to. And I shouldn't have to, because I've fit it in that week, and I'm going to enjoy it. And 9 times out of 10, I don't eat a whole one anymore. But I definitely have to be who I am. And that's one thing that I've learned, and my leader has noticed it, that she says, you truly have made it a lifestyle. I said, well, that's the only way for me that I'm going to be successful. Because like I said, you can't do all this work. I can't lose 114 pounds and go back. I mean, because I've struggled through it. I've cried, I've clawed my way out of that hole. I won't go back. So I have to find a way not to, and I have to, like, it's almost like an insurance policy. We all take insurance, on our health, on our life, on our car, to ensure that we're going to have some kind of, and mine is just, my insurance was taking it slow, being true to who I am, and finding little tricks. I mean, I hope they always work. And a lot of people who come to my house or see my food or who I cook for, they're like, wow, this is really good. And just because you're on a weight loss journey doesn't mean you have to eat boiled chicken and steamed vegetables. I don't ever eat boiled chicken and steamed vegetables, ever. There's delicious food. I mean, there just is. And you just have to tap into that and tap into the networks and tap into all the things that are around to get these ideas. There's YouTube and Facebook and the WW app and your friends, your people at your meeting, Find out what they're eating. Find out what they had for Thanksgiving and how you can make it. And don't ever let a slip be the end of your journey. Like I said, I slip all the time. I mean, pretty much on a weekly basis, there's some slip up. And I say to myself, you didn't completely fall. Don't beat yourself up, because you know what? Tomorrow's another day. Oh, most of my slips happen at night. Tomorrow's another day. You just get right back on plan. You just get back in that saddle. You continue to do you. Don't just because I ate 2 cookies and a cup of chocolate mousse doesn't mean the end of my journey. It just means, you know what? I had it. I tracked it, I moved on, and it was fine. And I even had a loss. So it's like, it's hard. Though I have to say, it's mentally, it gets to you, because we're always so hard on ourselves, and we always look at the negative instead of looking at the positive. The positive is you get right back on and you continue. Yeah, you had something you shouldn't have, but you know what? In life, you're going to have those things. They're going to come up. They just are. You're never going to not have something. That would be living in a falsehood, and I don't ever want to live like that. I know I'm going to have stuff. I mean, Christmas is coming. Cookies are coming. You've heard me say it a million times. They're coming. I'm just going to have to find a way to maneuver around them and fit them in. I'm going to be eating cookies for dinner. That's just how it's going to go down for me. It just is. So you know what? Don't let a slip be the end of your journey. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and contact Dish with D. I will get you through it. Never fear. I thank you for joining me today. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell, let you know when I upload. Try to upload daily motivational vlogs, how my day's going, what gets me through the day. So, I mean, if something that I say helps anybody, then you know what? It's all been worth it. It really has, because I've been through it. I've lost 114 pounds on WW. I'm on the blue plan currently. I've lost my weight. I've done green prior. I did Smart Points a few years ago. I did lose close to 55 pounds. This wasn't a plan for me. That's why I left. I came back, and freestyle was in. I've been doing freestyle. In the beginning, I was a little bit afraid of freestyle. That's why I'm kind of afraid of the purple, all these 0 point foods. But I know blue is something I could live with. Blue is something I could, continue my journey on. So that's why I'm sticking to blue. But you know what? You need to do what's best for you and what works for you. And I can't tell you that. I can only tell you what's good for me. Alrighty. Have a fantastic day. Remember, tomorrow night live, Tea with D, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday nights. Come join me. I'd love to have you. We're going to talk about lots of fun things. We'll talk about Thanksgiving. We'll talk about how our week went. We'll talk about lots of fun stuff. Keep your eye out. I have a collab up today for Thanksgiving leftovers. I have egg rolls that were fantastic. Check those out. I'm going to have a turkey soup go up. I'm not quite sure when that's going to go up because I haven't filmed it yet. But yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Dish with D. I appreciate the love.